Hello, friends. Welcome to today's football predictions on Betkraft. All right, today is another beautiful Sunday morning, and as usual, we come up with our games. And amongst the many games that are going on across the globe, including UEFA Nations League, African Cup of Nations, Nigerian League, and some other leagues in the world, we selected very few and looked into these very games and for bringing it forward for you. And in a short while, we'll be looking at these matches one after the other, and also be making our predictions based on the recent, encounter for these teams. And I want to ask those of us who are actually coming across our channel for the first time that are yet to subscribe to kindly take our time to hit the subscribe button right now so that you don't miss out on our subsequent games that will always come up on this channel on a daily basis. All right, have you done that? Have you hit the subscribe button right now? Okay, you've done that. Thank you very much. All right, let's head to the business of the day. Without further ado, we're starting with the first match, which is actually in the UEFA Nations League match. We'll have Switzerland up against Spain, the Euro champions. Okay, and when we look at Switzerland, the home side, in the recent games that they played so far, in the past 6 games, they've been able to win 2 out of those 6, but they've also had 3 draws and 1 loss in the past 6 recent encounters. And their way side, Spain, the European champions at the moment, who already have 5 wins in the past 6 games and 1 draw. And when you look at how these two teams have performed from home and away perspective, down there, you're looking at seeing Switzerland, who have actually played 10 home games, but have won 5 out of those 10 home games, and they've drawn 5 as well. 50% of the home matches have resulted to win, while the other 50 also a draw. They've not lost a single match in the past 10 home games that they had so far. That's a very strong side, considering the level of opponents they have played so far. They played the likes of Germany, the likes of Italy, the likes of Romania, and another good teams. All right, looking at the away side, Spain, on the other hand, playing from away, they've actually been able to achieve 6 wins from the past 10 away games. They've lost 3, and they've lost 2 actually, and they've also had 2 draws in the past 10 away games. And as a matter of fact, the last away game they played out so far, we saw them playing out a 0-0 draw a few days ago against Serbia, from away. And in this very game against Switzerland, we'll be expecting a lot in this very encounter. I've seen that the last time they met, saw them playing out a 2-1 win against Spain. We saw Switzerland winning 2-1 in the last time they met. That was 2 years ago, and we will expect to see a lot of actions in this one. Seeing that Spanish side will be looking to achieve a result against Switzerland, but we chose our verdict based on goals. We expect to see a minimum of 2 goals in this very encounter, and over 1.5. That's what we expect for this very game, and that takes us to the next, and it is also in UEFA Nations League, but we have Croatia coming up against Poland, and Croatia have won 2 in recent times. They've also had 2 draws as well as 2 losses. And away side, Poland, on the other hand, have actually been able to achieve 3 victories, 2 losses, and 1 draw in the past, in the past 6 recent games that they had so far. And then look at, for how they performed from home and away perspective, you could see that. Playing from home, the Croatia side have been able to achieve 5 victories playing from home. They also had 3 draws as well as 2 losses in the past 10 home games that they had so far. That tells you that they've been able to win 50% of their home matches, and as well the last 2 home matches that they played out. So they're playing out 2-2 draw against Albania and a 1-1 draw against Italy. The occasion. And looking at Poland, their away side actually have been able to achieve 4 victories from away. They've also had 2 draws as well as 4 losses in the past 10 away games that they had so far. All right, and the last away game they played out saw them defeating Scotland by 3-2 on that occasion. Prior to that, we also saw them playing out a 1-1 draw against France. It was an away game, and it was a good result for the Poland side. And when you look at how these two teams have performed from head to head, it was far back in 2008 when they played at Croatia the last time, and it was Croatia who won on that occasion. That was Euro 2008. They won by 1-0 on that occasion. And in this very one is a very tough one to decide, but we'll go by goals, seeing that the last match for Croatia actually resulted to them losing out to Portugal by 2-1. But in this very one, we will expect to see a lot of goals in this very game. It is an over 2.5. That's all valid for this very encounter. Okay, and that takes us to the next, and it is Also, UEFA Nations League, where we have Slovakia coming up against Azerbaijan, and Slovakia have been able to, it's a good side at the moment. They've been able to win 3 games in the past 6, and they've also had 2 losses as well as 1 draw. And as Azerbaijan, their away side, have won 2, have had 1 draw, and as well as 3 losses in the past recent 6 games that they had so far. And when you look at how these 2 teams have performed from home and away perspective, you will see that the home side, Slovakia, have been able to achieve 5 victories playing from home in the past 10 home games that they had so far. They've actually been able to, achieve 2 draws as well, and have lost 3 games in the past 10 home games that they had so far. And the away side, on the other hand, Azerbaijan have actually been able to achieve 4 victories from away, and they've lost 5 games, but they've had also 1 draw in the past 10 away games that they had so far. All right, and we know Slovakia has been a very, very good side. Seeing how they performed in the past, Euro Championship. We saw them, standing the ground, defeating the likes of Belgium in that very tournament, and we saw them in the last match where they played out a 1-0 victory against Estonia. That was a few days ago, and in this very one, we'll still expect to see Slovakia achieving a result. Also noting the fact that the last time both teams met was in 2022, where we saw Azerbaijan on that occasion from away defeated Slovakia by 2-1. But it is 2 years ago, and Slovakia, the home side, is actually much more transformed. Having the likes of wonderful players from the goalkeeper to Brattvag. We also have Betkraft, Napoli, and some other fine players in that very squad. So we do expect to see Slovakia taking the revenge on Azerbaijan in this very one, and it is the home side to win. That's all valid for that very encounter. And that will take us to the next game for today. It is in Nigeria Premier League, starting today, where we have Kwara United coming up against Niger Tornadoes. Okay, and Kwara United in the past 6 recent encounters have actually been able to achieve 3 victories, and they've also had 2 losses as well as 1 draw in the past 6 games that they had so far. And we side Niger Tornadoes have won 2 games from away. Have won 2 games in the recent games. Actually, they've actually had 3 draws as well as 1 loss in the past recent 6 encounters. When you look at how these 2 teams have performed, judging from home and away perspective, you can as well say that Kwara United, the home side, have actually been able to achieve 7 victories in the past 10 home games. They have not lost a single game from home, and the other 3 actually resulted to a draw for Kwara United. And so that to tell you that home is a very big deal when you're talking about Nigerian Premier League. And when you look at the away side, Niger Tornadoes, on the other hand, they've actually won 2 matches from away, and they've had 2 draws as well, and also they've lost 6 games in the past 10 away games that they played out so far. And the last away game they played out saw them losing out to Heartland FC on that occasion by 1-0. And in this very game, we also saw that Kwara United in the last 3 home games, it have resulted to a win for Kwara United, the home side. They've always been winning their home matches. So in this very encounter, the last time they met, Niger Tornadoes played from home on that occasion. Kwara United played from away. That was in June this year, and that match ended a 1-1 draw for both sides. And also prior to that, in December last year, we saw them playing out a 0-0 draw. Kwara United played from home on that occasion. But in this very one, we do expect to see Kwara United, the home side, starting the league with a home win. It is a home win. That's what we expect for that very encounter. All right, that takes us to the next game for the day. It is in Norway second division, where we have Flekkeroy who will be up against Brattvag. Okay, Flekkeroy have won 2 games in the past 6 recent encounters, but they've also lost 4 out of those 6 games that they had. They've had no draw. And away side, on the other hand, Brattvag have actually been able to achieve 4 victories, 1 draw, as well as 1 loss in the last 6 recent encounters. And when you take a look at how these 2 teams have performed from home and away perspective, you can see that home side Flekkeroy not been able to achieve a very good result from home, in that it's just a single victory in the past 10 home games that they had. They've had 3 draws, and they've lost a whopping 6 games from the past 10 home games that they had so far, playing from home on that occasion. And the away side, on the other hand, Brattvag also have been able to achieve 4 victories from away. They've also lost 5 games from away, and they've had 1 draw. That tells you that they've won 40% of their away games that they played out so far. But when you look closely for at the results for both sides, you can also see that it is goals that are quite prominent in these very fixtures, seeing that many of these fixtures have resulted to high scoring encounters. You could see over 4.5, over 6.5, over 5.5, and over 2.5. Lots of their fixtures. And a matter of fact, that the last 2 away games for Brattvag have actually resulted to away side winning all 4 away games. And the last time both teams met, saw them playing out a 2-1 victory against the Flekkeroy. On that occasion, Brattvag playing from home, and out of the past 5 head-to-head meetings for both sides have actually produced a lot of goals. 4 out of those 5 have actually seen over 2.5 score line. So in this very one, we expect to see a minimum of 3 goals in this very encounter. It is an over 2.5. That's all valid for this very game. All right, and that takes us to the last game, which happened to be the last for the day. It is also in Norway Division 2, where we have Vard, who will be up against Hodd. And Vard, in the past 6 recent encounters, have actually been able to achieve 2 victories. They've actually lost 3 games in the past 6 recent encounters, but they've had 1 draw also. And looking at their away side, Hodd that actually they have won the entire 6 games that they played 100% in the last 6 recent encounters. And when you take a look at how they have performed from home and away perspective, you can see that for Vard, the home side in the past 10 home games have actually resulted to 2 wins for the home side, 2 draws, as well as 2 wins, 3 draws, as well as 5 losses in the past 10 home games that they have so far. Then the last 3 home games for the home side have resulted to 3 of them being lost for the home side. They've lost all 3 they have played at the same time. And when you look at the away side, on the other hand, Hodd, the away side have been able to achieve several victories in the past 10 away games. They have lost 2 games out of those, but they've also drawn 1. So 70% of the matches they played from away have actually resulted to a win, and the last 6 away games have actually seen them winning all 6 from away. So that tells you that the away side, Hodd, is a very strong side, and you will expect a result for the away side in this very one. And the last time they met, Hodd played from home. That was in May this year. We saw Hodd defeating this side by 2-1. Prior to that, 2018, we also saw Hodd always achieving victory against Vard. So we do expect to see an away victory in this very one. It is a away win. That's our party for that very game. And that brings our predictions for you today on Betkraft to a conclusion. Remember, today is Sunday Millionaires game, and for those of us who will be anticipating that game, and it will be posted up here, Sunday Millionaires game. I always advocate that we try it out and see how it goes. You never know, you could be winning $1 million playing your games in Betkraft. So that being said, tomorrow is another day, and we'll be coming up with our predictions. But until then, keep winning.